All right, hello everybody. Welcome to DangIT Prodcast, where we talk about video games, manga, anime, movies. But I think we're going to be talking a lot about video games. My name is Justin.
Marc.
And I'm Philip.
Welcome back, everybody. How's everyone doing?
Doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing well over here. Phil?
I'm having an all right day. Having an all right day. I got some dank coffee cake in me.
Ooh.
That was fire, dude. Ooh, we got a local place around here, and they make the best coffee cake. I swear to God, it's like crack. I promise.
Whoa, wait.
No, dude, I get that. Dude, they serve you breakfast, and as a side, instead of like toast or something, like coffee cake, and I'm like,
Why do you have that spoon and a lighter, Phil?
bro, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I hadn't had it since September, so I was like,
yeah,
I don't want it.
Yeah, no, I remember the last time I probably had that was more than likely to celebrate like one of my birthdays, like maybe like a year or so back. So it's been a hot minute. Although considering that I'm on this new like weight loss journey, I probably should just kind of stay away. Oh, that's actually something. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, guys, it's been a hard fight, and I'm still fighting at it because I've not really quite hit that like weight level yet, but I have finally passed the 220s. It took the longest time to break that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go!
Like I was one of the days I was like 220.9, and I scaled myself the day after. It's like 220.7. I'm like, come on, dude, come on.
Right.
Hell yeah! Welcome to the club.
But yeah, now I'm at like probably like 119.7. So, oh, let's keep going.
That's good. That's good, dog. It only gets harder from here, though.
You're right. You're right.
Our bodies are designed to just maintain. So it's like you get too comfortable, you're done. You're gonna just.
That's true. Yeah.
Stagnant.
Yeah. Gotta keep fighting with that.
Yup.
Yeah. Otherwise,
But like other than breakfast, yeah, no, I've been all right. Just chilling.
Once you get to a certain weight, your body, like once you get to a certain weight, the amount of calories it takes to sustain that weight is ridiculous when you actually look at it.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. That's why I've been eating so much, Mark. I promise you, I eat more than I ever have, and I'm losing weight, and I don't understand. I feel like I shouldn't be eating the things I eat.
well, that's actually good.
Well, yeah, it's great, but it's also like I eat.
It's also kind of scary.
Like
yeah.
I'm more hungry.
Yeah.
You're more hungry.
I need more. Like,
More.
bro, my breakfast was fire. It was coffee cake. 3
Okay.
scrambled eggs with avocado, bacon, Monterey Jack cheese, and ham on top.
Is that
With country potatoes chopped with onions and bell peppers.
Damn, that sounds really good.
Sheesh.
I tore it up, homie. I was like, whoa. I didn't think I was that hungry, but I was hungry. And then I finished some of Katrina's coffee cake too. So
Whoa, Jesus. Slow down.
I'm a feed. I'm a feed. I'm a shit.
At least you're recognizing it.
At least it's like going towards breaking it down and losing the weight too, and not just kind of stacking.
But like I was like, yo, I'm super hungry. But other than that, I went to the movies last night. That was cool.
Oh yeah, you did talk about that.
Yeah, I went to go see In a Violent Nature.
In a Violent Nature.
Yeah. So it's a horror slasher film. But the idea is that it's done from the perspective of the slasher instead of it being like the crazy teenagers who are gonna get killed.
I see.
And so the camera is just behind him the whole time. So you just literally most of this movie is just him walking
Oh,
through
really?
this forest. And he walks up and he's watching them from afar, and you can hear them talking, but he's just standing there. You're just watching him stand there.
That's interesting.
Well, that's creepy.
Yeah. To be honest, it was probably like a cool 5 out of 10 movie.
I can imagine, actually.
It was all right. It was okay. I think that movie works as a really, really good blueprint. It's a really good proof of concept.
Mm.
as a first and as the execution, it's not a good execution. It's very I don't want to say boring, because that's not fair. Because like realistically, what do they actually do when they're not on camera, right? Like what are the slashers in these? Like what does Jason Voorhees do when he's not on camera? He's in multiverse. No, just kidding.
Oh, you know what? Fair enough.
No, but like it was cool. The kills were kind of wild though. That was wild, homie.
So
those are some over the top Looney Tunes ass kills.
Oh, really? Like that?
I was like, what the dude?
Like grabs Bugs Bunny, like.
I'm only gonna talk about my favorite one. My favorite one was it was a lesbian couple.
Okay.
And they were like flirting with each other, and they were like, "Well, I'm tired of this high school stuff. If you're just gonna hit on me, then do it." And then like, but he's watching from across the river, so the camera's behind him. He's just watching these two girls in the river, just like, yep. And so one of them was like, "Well, I'm gonna go do yoga. If you want to come stretch me out a bit more, you will." And then so she walks away. Oh yeah. So she walks away, and the other one's swimming, and he just goes in the water, and the camera just pans over the water, right? And then he just drags her down.
Damn.
Jesus Christ!
And you don't see it. You see a bubble. Boop. And then he walks out the water.
What?
But that's not the kill. That's not the favorite kill. He walks up to the one that's doing yoga, and she turns around, and it's him. And she realizes she can't go anywhere. She's about to fall off, so she just stands there. And okay, this dude takes a hook, like he's got like a Kratos looking ass hook, and he gets her through the chest, like through the stomach.
Oh,
whoa!
I'm not done. Gets her through the chest. Makes an entire hole. She turns around. He stabs the hook in through her head. She turns around. She thinks she's gonna jump off the cliff. She's already dead. She's trying to jump
through
off
her
the cliff.
head.
He pulls the chain through the hole and just starts dragging her head through her stomach.
Phil, why is that a Mortal Kombat fatality?
Brother, I was like, that's the craziest way to kill someone, and then he still throws her off the cliff.
That's a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Whoa.
That was the best kill. Best
character.
kill in the entire movie, in my opinion.
That was
quite
crazy.
Described a Mortal Kombat fatality.
Amazing. Great kill. Other than that, though, there were some other really fun kills. The kills were funny. So, there were some unintentionally funny like things in that movie. We laughed in the theater. I felt bad laughing.
You're like, this shouldn't be funny.
This should not have been funny, but it was. But other than that, I think the ending was kind of bad. It just kind of ends, and I was like, and like it doesn't really go anywhere after a certain point. I think the problem is that movie, up until that scene, that's all the cards it has.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so it kind of, after that scene, it kind of just drags on from there. And I'm like, if it was a little bit shorter, I feel like that movie would have been more impactful.
How long was it actually?
2 hours.
Okay, Aaron.
Imagine 2 hours, and at least 30 minutes of those were the kills. The rest of it was
just kind of setting it up, or just
him walking, around, and him following people, and I'm like, I get it. I understand, right? You're supposed to see from the perspective of the slasher, but it's like doesn't work if the slasher doesn't have anything interesting going on.
He had no character development. He knows who he is.
They tell you, like, they do this thing where like they start filming the teenagers in the campfire, and they're talking about this ghost story, and so they're describing him, but that's about it. About it. That's as much context as you're getting. So again, great proof of concept, terrible execution. I kind of wish it was I don't know, not the best horror movie I've seen this year so far. That goes to Late Night with the Devil. That was the one with about like the 70s game, like talk show, where it's like kind of they do an exorcism on this talk show, quote unquote, and things start going wrong. Yeah, that one was pretty good. Other than that, though, yeah.
Gotcha.
But Justin, you and I saw another movie together.
We did
last weekend.
It was Sunday.
Sunday.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess this Memorial Day weekend we saw a movie.
Yes. It was
we went with some homies.
Yes.
But you were gonna do it.
Oh, we watched Furiosa, the part of the Mad Max trilogy, if you will, or series of films.
Saga, yeah.
Furiosa.
Furiosa. It's Furiosa, Mad Max saga. You know what's funny, dude? George Miller has directed every single one of those movies from the original. Like, he does not let anybody touch that series.
All right, fair enough.
I think he's taking that series with him to the grave, homie. Like, this is also Kojima's favorite movie series of all time.
Really?
Like,
dude. Go
on his X account. Go on his X account. He's literally doing nothing but talking about Furiosa for the last couple of weeks.
Damn, you know.
Just to kind of put this into perspective, George Miller is in Death Stranding too.
Oh, all right.
The director of the Mad Max series is in. He's the old captain dude.
Okay.
In the trailer, that's him.
That's
George Miller. That's why I was like, what the hell? What is he doing in this movie? He's gonna be like Guillermo del Toro was in the first game, though. So it's his face and his body and his capture, but it's not him acting him.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But it's still really cool, like it's still a really cool inclusion because like it's one of Kojima's favorite directors. There's even a video of him going to the premiere of Furiosa, and like George Miller is walking with like his assistant, and she's like, "Sir, Mr. Kojima's here." He's like, "Kojima's here?" And he turns around and he's like, "My friend," and they hug. I'm like, "Oh my god, it's so wholesome."
Kojima's some built different.
But that movie's really good, dude. That movie's long though. It was like 2 hours and 45 minutes.
It was a pretty lengthy movie.
Long, but it was so good, Mark.
Yeah, I did like that.
Just enough action and just enough exposition to like be very, very well paced. And like every time something happened, I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm like, yo, what happens next?
She was like, yo, what's gonna happen next? I gotta know.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it is a prequel and a setup to the character Furiosa for Mad Max Fury Road. The movie literally ends with scenes from Fury Road. So, Furiosa's story is really good. Played by Anna Taylor-Joy, aka Princess Peach, pretty funny. And the villain was Chris Hemsworth.
Thor?
Yeah, he plays a good villain, dude. He's an asshole the whole movie, dude.
Dude
is a complete dick the whole movie. It's crazy. And it gets violent. Like, here's the thing. They don't even use language in that movie. I think like the most language they used was hell or maybe shit. Maybe. It's rated R because it's gory and crazy. Like,
it is. I want to do a quick shout out to Ibrahim. He was talking about the Spy X Family movie. So first and foremost, yeah, I know that was something that was kind of a limited time like premiere thing.
I saw it. It was great.
Yeah, but as far as like when it's gonna get distributed, I don't actually know. But if you're trying to look further out, then I'm pretty sure you can find some results. But yeah, that was my first like Mad Max movie, period. Because it didn't seem like something I was like too interested in. Obviously, I would just come in here with like the mindset of like, oh, it's about people like in the desert, like driving like crazy vehicles, and I'm not too far off the point. But still, there was a lot more to it. And I'm glad I decided to watch a prequel.
The setting, because they don't actually set up the setting of like the world, right?
Yeah.
Because Furiosa is a good place to watch if you've never watched one, because one, you don't need context for any of the characters because it's a setup for a character anyways. But two, it's a prequel in general. Like, you just don't need any context for a lot of things. But for the context of the world, it's an apocalyptic world. It's kind of like Fallout after a nuke has gone off in Australia of all places. That's Australia apparently.
It's
something like Australia. They call it the wasteland. That's it's basically everybody is just ravaging and like trying to survive. It's basically what it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the original 3 movies that starred Mel Gibson as Mad Max. And then the Fury Road has Max, who's played by Tom Hardy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then Furiosa in Fury Road's played by Charlize Theron instead of Anya Taylor-Joy. So, but
I see.
yes, very, very good movies. All of them are really good. Beyond Thunderdome is probably like the weakest one. If I'm being honest, there's 3 S tiers, 1 A tier, and then Beyond Thunderdome is like B tier. But none of the movies are bad. Because the 3 S tiers would be the second movie, which in America is called The Road Warrior. They didn't use the Mad Max name. I don't know. Beats me. Fury Road's S tier. Furiosa is now S tier. I think that movie's really good. I was like enthralled the whole time, and the crazy like scenes where she's like torturing Chris Hemsworth is wild.
Speaking of Chris, I know you just mentioned him, but I have to say, like, as a villain, that was a very interesting like take for a villain, because I'm so used to villains just being complete assholes. Like, they're the worst of the worst. They'll even like gun down their own dude. And technically he did. He does kind of like sacrifice the dude here and there, but he does that.
He does that.
He does do that, but he doesn't just like outright like do it, because I think a lot of the folks around him respect him to a certain extent, that they just don't cross him at all. So he doesn't ever go to that like route unless like later on in the movie for circumstances reasons. And I don't know.
When he starts losing it more and more. But
yeah, that's true. But otherwise, I felt like I didn't hate his character. I didn't hate it too much. And that was kind of interesting.
I think the problem is it's kind of like The Last of Us. No one's really a hero and no one's a villain. Everyone's just fighting to survive.
Yeah.
That's literally all it was. It's like he's okay. In his character, I forget the character's name, but in Chris Hemsworth's defense, he's just trying to find like a place for his group to live and start and be part of the societies that exist.
Yeah.
To make a living. So he takes over Gastown. Now, taking over a city is not a good way to do it, but he does it.
Yeah, he does it. They're pretty extreme, but like from person to person, he seems to be pretty decent.
But I mean, he has a backstory, right? He said it. He's like this little bear that he always carries with him, reminds him of the kids he had.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he didn't outright kill Furiosa. Not yet. So really cool. The thing that makes me like those movies so much is the world. I like the world building around it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But it's not so much like every character, but it's the world building. Like everything around that setting is really cool.
But yeah, no, that I do want to shout it out. That first road battle was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Which one? When they're driving the war rig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was just down below, just like doing maintenance because she was under a different like alias. She was just trying to disguise herself, and things just kind of like hit the fan.
Yep. The little dude in the back was just like, do I use it now?
He's holding on. I felt bad for him because he just had one job.
He had one job. He couldn't even do it, and then he still died.
Oh man, dude.
What, in the Borderlands?
Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great movie.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. Probably one of my favorite movies I've seen this year in theaters. So
nice.
It's up there. But yeah, other than that, movie talk real quick. Surprise drop, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't seen it, I haven't seen it either. I'm gonna plan on watching it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tomorrow, we'll see. Netflix got the rights for Godzilla -1. Everybody, it's happening.
Let's go.
Finally, that movie does not have a Blu-ray release. It does not have any digital distribution. It's not on any streaming services, even in Japan. It's just it went to theaters and then it was gone.
Sheesh.
Like it's crazy. So it's here. Netflix has it. It is up right now. You can watch Godzilla -1, the winner for the best visual effects at the Oscars.
That's crazy.
Of 2024. So Godzilla took an Oscar home.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
That's good. I'll have to check it. I'll have to tune in as well.
Yeah, I gotta watch it because I heard nothing but really good things about that movie.
Same. Well, we got our Godzilla -1 at home.
Don't you bring up Godzilla Cross Kong right now. Was that all the movie stuff?
I think so.
No. Well, I got one more. Well, that it'll start tying into game stuff right now too.
Oh, I see.
Totally forgot. I wrote it down here in our quick spark notes. Minecraft, baby.
Oh, they're making a movie. Huh.
Well, Minecraft is getting a live action movie that stars Jack Black and
I heard it was getting an animated thing.
Yeah, so I was gonna get to that right now. So Minecraft is getting a live action movie. It's with Jack Black and Jason Momoa. They're in the movie.
Okay. All right.
Okay. But then they're also Netflix announced as part of the 15th anniversary going on right now with Minecraft that Netflix is doing an animated series.
Oh,
that is happening. And the Minecraft manga that's apparently in Japan is getting a Western release finally.
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Be proud of me. I finally wrote in something anime-wise. Nothing super
Congratulations.
crazy, but I did it.
We did it.
One of us.
Just found it interesting. I don't know if we really have too much to discuss on it. I found it just crazy that Minecraft really is a big thing in Japan.
Yeah,
that time I got reincarnated as Minecraft Steve.
Don't do that.
That time.
Dude, imagine a light novel isekai about Minecraft.
Mark, you're scaring me.
Creepers kept sneaking up on me, so I decided to build an entire fort so they couldn't reach me. Off title.
That could actually end up being a title.
But yeah, no, that was just an interesting thing. You know, Minecraft's still celebrating new updates coming to the game, like trials. It was what isn't it like their own like they're doing like trial challenges in Minecraft as an update as well.
Oh.
Something along those lines. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah.
Gotcha.
It's big celebrations for that series. Big celebrations.
Very nice. It is 15
that's just
years.
Part of the 15 years, man. I feel old, man. That's half my life.
Oh my god, you're right.
I was a freshman.
Oh my god, you're right.
In high school when that game came out. That's half my lifetime, bro. I'm scared.
Dude, that I didn't get hit with that until just now. Yeah, you're right. That's the same here.
Oh my god.
Me when I realized I graduated high school 10 years ago.
Yeah, you hit that at some point.
Yeah, I hit that in 2 years ago.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's like, oh god. And you just have like the quickest existential crisis.
Bro, I went when 2021 when I picked up Luigi's Mansion remake for 3DS. I was like, yes, dude, this game's so good. And then Katrina was like, don't you have the original? And I was like, yeah, but that game's like 20 years old. 20 years old. What do you mean the game? What do you mean the GameCube's 20 years old? In 2021, we're not 23.
When Phil felt himself age.
It was hard.
He just physically felt himself age at that very moment.
No, it wasn't 2021. It had to have been like 2019 or something. But I picked up Luigi's Mansion. I felt even older. Like,
they really do be that way.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Other than that, the Minecraft stuff's just the beginning of video games this week.
Just the beginning.
It's summertime, baby. It's that Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince song. Summertime.
Now, before we get copyrighted.
You think Will Smith would copyright us?
Yeah, my name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah, you're right.
He reach across the screen.
Smack.
Like, how do you do that?
No, it's summertime, baby, which means it is video game season right now. It is
it's a good time.
What a week. This is only the first week.
It's only the first week.
The first week. Next week is even crazier.
Next week's gonna be crazy. I'm looking forward to it.
Summer Game Fest, baby. But this week we had a big one too. We had the PlayStation State of Play. I don't know if we should get into that right now. You want to get the small things out of the way?
Yeah, I usually kind of go chronologically.
Okay, what's first then on your list?
The first thing I have here is the fact that we finally got an update to Dragon Quest like 3 HD 2D.
We did. That was, dude. Oh my god, when was that announced? 2021?
Something like that. Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'll tell you what, it was announced before Live Alive, and Live Alive got announced after, and then came out.
And it came out.
And then we still got Octopath Traveler 2. We got 2 HD 2D games before the HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest 3. That makes no sense. I have a theory as to why that's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll go off what we know so far.
All right.
Originally, this is an HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest 3 for the NES.
Correct.
This is the game where Erdrick is the main character. He's he's basically the
original protagonist.
Yeah, like he's the protagonist. He's the second alternate costume for Hero in Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He is basically like the original. He looks like Gohan, like
kinda.
Yeah. But Dragon Quest 3 is highly regarded as one of the best games in the series. There's a reason it's always, the music from that game is always being played. And to get an HD 2D remake of that game is actually kind of cool. It's not a game I thought would get one, especially because they already did the mobile console ports.
Yeah.
And that game's on there already. But cool. But back in 2021 when they showed that trailer, they didn't announce anything but, hey, it's happening. With this teaser, one, they confirmed it is coming to the West, so it is in English.
Aye.
Two, the platforms. And this kind of ties back into last week, too. Did you notice the platforms they announced for it? Nintendo Switch, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, which means this will be Xbox's second Dragon Quest you guys are ever getting.
All right.
You guys got
Let's
11.
roll.
So, yeah, you guys already got 11. So this would be your second Dragon Quest ever. And then PC. So this is probably the first fruits of labor and going into their multi-platform now.
I see. Okay.
There is one interesting tidbit I'd like to point out though in that teaser. The game literally says Dragon Quest. It does not specify Dragon Quest 3.
So I think you were already talking about that.
I believe if everything is lining up and the rumors are true, and here's the thing,
pieces are lining up.
Yeah, yours and mine. I'm assuming it's not just Dragon Quest 3, and I think that's why they took so long. I think when they announced it, people were like, "Cool, 3's great." Whereas 1 and 2, there's a reason that 1 and 2 are usually included because all 3 of these games have a connection to each other. 3 is a prequel. But 1 and 2, you play as the descendant of Erdrick in 1 and 2. So this is all part of one trilogy. And 3 kind of connects the pieces from 1 and 2. So realistically, it would be weird to just release 3 with no context. So I kind of feel like they're gonna. It's a trilogy. I think it's the Dragon Quest, the Erdrick trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. And that would be really cool to see in HD 2D, especially because Dragon Quest 1 and 2 are the ones that need a modern treatment. 3 still kind of holds up when you play it on a not the NES version. Play the Game Boy Color version if you're looking for a retro way to play it. That version's very good. But these games will, like, the original 2 don't hold up as well as 3. And I think those are the ones that would need it the most. And I feel like that's great. That's actually really cool that it would be all 3. Especially because if you like Dragon Quest 11, I'm not going to spoil it, but 11's part of this trilogy too.
Oh, yeah. Crazy.
So if that's the case, then Mark, you can play the entire Erdrick story on Xbox. Theoretically. Theoretically, you can play all of them. And you can experience basically the first Japanese RPG ever.
Pog.
because Dragon Quest 1 was the first one to do it.
Dog.
And you get more Akira Toriyama stuff. So
What?
I hope Xbox players play it.
Oh, you know what? Scratch that. Maybe you don't want to play the Game Boy version or get the Game Boy version of Dragon Quest 3.
Dragon Warriors 3.
Dragon Warriors 3.
Dragon Warrior 3.
Aye.
Dragon Warrior 3 is the name of it in America. It
Oh,
was
yeah,
Dragon
you're right.
Warrior until it was Dragon Warrior all the way until Dragon Quest 8. That was the first one to use Quest finally.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I do see the cover art. It does say Warrior 3. Also, sick cover art. Carrying on.
Great. Toriyama, baby.
Let's go.
Cooking since day one.
Cooking since day one, dude.
He ain't ever out of the kitchen.
Yeah. Another easy way to play it would be the Switch version or the mobile versions that are currently available. They're fine. I know that people complain that it's like, oh no, they're the mobile version, so they look gross. Yeah, they kind of do, but it's accessible and they're cheap. Like if you're not looking for the really rare English like Asian version that I have in my collection, just get it on the eShop. It's cheap. It's like $6 or something like that.
Fair enough.
To play Dragon Quest 3. I think it's like 15 total for the 3 games. And there's a reason, and there's another reason I think it's all 3 games as well. Because Dragon Quest 1 literally only takes 7 hours if you know what you're doing. So
Crazy.
I would assume it's more bang for your buck if you get all 3 games in one collection in HD 2D. So, makes sense. I'm excited. No release date though. Kind of weird. And it's not even a trailer. They just kind of teased it with a quick image of the shield.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theory that they're going to show it at the Nintendo Showcase.
That's very possible.
The Direct. Ew, I said Showcase.
Gross. Fake fan.
Yeah, Nintendo Direct will probably have it because they're probably going to be the publishers for the Switch version. Nintendo loves to publish the Dragon Quest series. They find it like Nintendo finds it very what's the word I'm looking for? It's a legacy title for Japan. So they're like, "Oh, this is an honor. We want our name on this." Like for the most part. I think the only games that haven't been published would be Treasures, the recent Monsters, and the 3 original games, the 3 ports. But 11 and the 2 Builders games, those are Nintendo or published. So I don't know. Mark, will you try Dragon Quest 1, 2, and 3?
I wouldn't be opposed.
Nice. I urge you to play it. Especially because you like Toriyama stuff.
Of course.
Especially
some of the monster designs, man, they're so good. They're iconic. I'm not just talking about slime.
What? Oh yeah, that's right. Man,
Yeah.
I kind of wish I got the slime controller. Low key, kind of high key. It's kind of
cute. It's so not functional. But like...
you don't want to actually play it, but it is something you could like put in your room.
Yeah.
I
feel it.
I should have went to that pop-up shop when Square Enix was like setting that up. They had slimes too. But it is what it is.
Ow! My brain just remembered 2 things that we could talk about as well involving games.
Oh?
Yeah, one being the PlayStation Showcase. Was it PlayStation Showcase or Capcom Showcase?
It was state to play.
That showed Monster Hunter Wild's first gameplay.
Real quick, Abraham, I hope you
100%. Yeah,
Nintendo...
we would talk about that.
And it looked good.
Abraham, I hope you mean the Nintendo Direct and not the State of Play. State of Play already happened.
All right.
We're gonna talk about it today.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk about everything.
That and there was another trailer for Fighters. Not Fighters.
Sparking Zero. Or Zero
Well,
Sparking.
I was gonna get to that, Mark, because not only did they show that trailer, they also confirmed that we're gonna see more at Summer Games Fest.
Let's go, dude.
So that's the Bandai Namco representation. There it is.
Say less.
Yeah, Justin and I, after our predictions video for State of Play or our prediction stream, we were talking about like, oh, what's at Summer Games Fest? Who are the partners that are going to be there? And we were like,
talking about Bandai Namco.
Yeah, and I had assumed it was Little Nightmares 3, but guess what? That game got delayed. 2025.
True.
So I was like, what else do they have? And then I was reminded, oh, that's right, they have Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
I'm so excited.
So hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's next on the docket for video games this week?
Video games. Let's see. Video Kojima.
Video Kojima.
I'll say this real quick. No, just a quick couple like lists of things that are just video game related.
Sure.
You know, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis getting a Monster Hunter collab, and that could have been foreshadowing to what would happen later on. We didn't know about it at the time, but they just had a collab, and they have, you know, different costumes for all the characters, and it's like that's kind of wild, especially if you look at Kate Sitt's one.
Yep, they go so hard for a mobile game.
Crazy. Also, not too video game, but is like video game adjacent. The Zelda Deku Tree Lego set.
Oh my god, dog! I have so much to say about that. First of all,
Okay.
I want it so bad. Secondly, I'm not gonna get it because it's $300 US American dollars, and you can't even build both the trees. That's no. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna do a quick like. How are you gonna sell me Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild's Deku Tree, but you can only build one? There's only enough pieces for one of them, so you get to choose.
You have to
I
choose.
wanted both.
Why must you make me choose?
I am paying $300 for plastic. I wanted both. Or at least sell them separately for $150 each. That would have been a lot better.
You know, you're right.
That's dumb. That's dumb. That's really dumb. God, it looks good.
God, I want it.
God, I want it so bad. Especially because they come with 4 minifigures. There's Young Link, Ocarina of Time Link, Breath of the Wild Link, and Breath of the Wild Zelda. I was like, are you kidding me?
It's rough out there.
And the Koroks. The Koroks look so cute. And the back of the tree, the back of the Deku Tree has the insides of either game. So like if you do Ocarina of Time, it's got a Skulltula.
Oh.
And because it's the first dungeon in the game. And
Right,
then the Breath of the Wild one's got the little shop.
Got the little shop.
I was like, God, you're killing me because I want both. I want both. I'm not spending $600 to have enough pieces to make both.
Oh, jeez, dude. I actually didn't know that much about like the only enough pieces to create one Deku Tree at a time.
Yeah, it's called the 2-in-1 set, so you're able to build either or.
Interesting.
But you cannot have both.
Cannot have both.
That's unfortunate.
I'll try to save off of that. The other thing. Well, actually, there's a couple other things. Hoyo versus Zenless Zone Zero is going to be available like July 4th, so it was the 4th of July. You and I were. You and I were. That's
more Genshin.
That's PlayStation, PC, and mobile.
Okay. And ZZZ is a free-to-play game, correct?
Is it? Yeah, it should be.
Okay. I will try it out, as I do with the others.
In addition to that, we also got that like good solid confirmation for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 coming to Game Pass. I mean, I feel like that was a given, but you know, it's good that they actually like say that.
You don't pay that much money for Activision not to put Call of Duty on Game Pass. I'm just saying.
True.
I'm just a little concerned on my part. Okay. On one hand, I get it. Right.
Right.
But Call of Duty is a Game Pass game. Every year you can change it out. You don't have to keep the last one on there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you get people to come on there. I want to play the next Call of Duty. I got to have enough for the next year. Like,
yeah,
that's how you get subscribers. On the other hand, Call of Duty costs a lot of money to make, like a lot.
True.
I don't know how Game Pass is sustainable for that.
Yeah,
So,
it's got hit different for like big AAAs versus the small indie teams. And we were debating about that, or at least discussing it. We didn't really have a conclusion. It really comes down to numbers. But
now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to use Game Pass. I'm playing.
Right. Like, we're not dumb, right?
Yeah, I'm not stupid. I'm going to play it on Game Pass.
And we'll pick up the physical later if there is one.
There is. It's so Black Ops 6 is confirmed for Xbox Series X, Xbox One, so it's still a previous gen game.
Whoa.
Yeah, 2024, homie. We're still getting these. PS5, PS4, and PC.
Whoa.
I would assume it's because they know the fan base.
Maybe. I mean,
Mark, no, we can't keep this going. Like,
we can't keep doing this.
They know the fan base is also going to be on older consoles.
Well, I hope they like playing at 30 frames per second, dog, because that's what it is.
They probably do.
Maybe 20. Maybe 20.
I'm not too much of a stickler on that, dog, but when it comes to like a first-person shooter that I need to be dead on about, yeah, no.
Let's be real, man. Let's be real, man. Sometimes you just get used to it.
I mean, no, you're not wrong. It's just, ugh.
You're not. I know. I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying you get used to it.
So I guess in that case, they may work on like a next gen like game later on. But for now, they're just open to like any platform at this point. Maybe even Nintendo. Oh, that might lead to something.
It might.
This is another one. I'm not sure if anyone's noticed this, but YouTube actually has a little extension. Well, I should be careful how I say extension. It has a new feature called YouTube Playables, and it's kind of catered right now towards like 75-ish like mobile games that if you just have your account, you can play them. Just like that. And it's kind of tucked away, but you can actually find it. And I was playing, what was it? Cut the Rope? Like that OG like mobile game.
Ooh, the best one.
Yeah, and I was trying it out. You can play it on browser, you can play it on like your smartphone, like it just works. So interesting. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's deployed to just kind of keep people on the site and just like the app, but hey, it's free. Essentially. I don't know if it hits you with ads or anything. I haven't really experienced that. But yeah, that was a nice little tidbit that I noticed. Oh, the next thing I got here is a little bit of a leak from Midori about what Monolith Soft is doing. They got this project codenamed Legacy with Nintendo. That's all we know, but it's just pretty much like, oh, okay, yeah, they're definitely working on something.
Legacy is weird because when it comes to Monolith and Nintendo, right, there's only 3 possible outcomes when you're talking about Legacy. And they already used Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. So it's because people are like, Xenosaga? And I'm like, slow down.
No, slow down. Hold on, wait a minute, because that's PlayStation.
Slow down. No, Xenosaga is Bandai Namco.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Bandai Namco owns it. Now, it could be. Maybe if they got publishing rights and they're going to do it. That'd be cool. But if you look at what they've done with Nintendo and their history, you've got 3 choices. You have is it Days of Disaster or Disaster Crisis? Is Days of Crisis. It's Day of Crisis. It was for the Wii. It never came out in the States, but it was released in PAL and Japanese territories. So it is in English. Yeah, but it weird. It's a weird game. There's a reference in Smash Brothers. Don't worry about it. It's literally about like a game about natural disaster and you're like trying to survive. It's kind of wild. If you look at it, it's a Wii game. It's really weird. The other one is a DS game. It's a DS RPG called Soma Bringer. And again, reference in Smash Brothers. They have spirits of both of these games I'm just talking about. It looks kind of cool. That'd be an interesting remake because again, another game that we never got in America. And Europe didn't get it either. So it was just a Japanese only game. Or is it Xenoblade Chronicles X? I don't know.
Or if you look at the elephant over here.
Yeah. That's the only other Xenoblade that has not been ported, and I feel like that's the one that needs to happen.
Probably should, yeah.
I'm so tired of having to repeat it, but yes.
Yeah, like once you get X on there, then you pretty much have every single Xenoblade Chronicles game. So and then you can work on other things.
Monolith Soft's other games, they already brought 2 of them over. Baten Kaitos 1 and 2 are on the
True.
Those were Monolith Soft games. And the other one that I can think of isn't technically Monolith Soft. I mean, the guy who runs Monolith Soft worked on this game, but it's not theirs. It was never the Monolith Soft wasn't a thing when they made it, and that would be Xeno Saga. No, I'm sorry.
Xeno. There's another one.
Xenogears.
Yeah, okay.
Xenogears, the Square Enix game, that the Square Enix owned game. So I don't think it's that. I don't think it's Xenosaga, because Xenosaga 1 is a trilogy. They would need to do all 3.
Yeah.
And 2, Bandai Namco owns it. Again, I'm hoping it's Xenosaga. That'd be really cool, because I don't want to pay $300 to play part 3. So
all right, fair enough. But yeah, I think
Midori's been pretty wild as of lately.
I've noticed that.
They're talking a little too much. I feel like
they're talking a little too much. They gotta be like Pyoro and like kind of.
Pyoro hides and then brings up things in deep, like not details.
This is true.
Like like Pyoro teases things,
and
Pyoro's been on a streak, so it's kind of hard to, you know what I mean. But Midori hasn't had a streak with Atlas and Sega. Now all of a sudden they're like Nintendo publishers, like Nintendo leakers, and
I noticed that. Yeah, it's interesting. What is going on?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I don't want to say they're just throwing things at a wall. Hoping one sticks.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Four non-blondes? That's the band. That's the band name for that song.
Okay.
It's What's Going On by Four Non-Blondes.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. But there's been a lot of leaks. They're talking about Zelda leaks. You heard about that one?
Yeah. What was it called? It was a random ass name. Edward? Yeah, it was Edward or Richard.
Yeah.
No, like
honestly, for a second there, I thought you just said Project N-word. I was so concerned.
I can imagine that. I can see that. Nah. Hello, Ed boy. Many doors, yes?
Hello, Ed boy.
But yeah, that was. I think they were giving some context that like they used Project Richard, and that was I know Richard. But it was for another Zelda game, so that was the only correlation. So it's just like a random code name that was assigned to it. It seems.
I do want to bring up in the chat real quick, Abraham. Nintendo is definitely announcing in Switch 2. They did.
Richard.
They did announce the Switch 2. Well,
yeah, the successor. Existence. And now we're just kind of waiting for.
They're also announcing that it's not going to be at this direct, so don't expect that.
Right? Yeah. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, it's not being there.
It's just Switch software only.
Yep. And the only thing Monolith Soft doing right now is Xenoblade 4. That would be kind of crazy, but I don't know how they would do Xenoblade 4 considering they ended the story.
Yeah, pretty much. So it had to like, I don't know. They always went with the conception of small dudes, big titans, and that's been like their thing. And then Xenoblade Chronicles 3 kind of calmed that down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But by the end of it, they kind of wrapped everything up. So kind of interesting what they would do if there was like a Xenoblade 4 type of thing. I'm over here still needing to finish definitive.
Games. I don't think there isn't going to be Xeno games. I just don't know if it's going to be Xenoblade Chronicles. If that makes sense. But yeah, no, Midori, interesting leaker. We'll see.
We'll see how
if some of these come true.
Yeah.
But what's next on the docket?
We have finally State of Play.
Can I just run through the Marvelous one first since it was at the same time?
You know what? Yeah, fair enough. This was an interesting day. It was on Thursday, right? And they had multiple, multiple as in just 2.
3 if you count Silent Hill Transmission.
Yeah, but that was kind of like after the fact, so it wasn't like jam-packed like that. But I get what you mean.
Yeah. I do have the 3 in front of me. So I have Marvelous Showcase had the unfortunate timing of happening at the same time as the PlayStation State of Play. So I don't want to like leave it not like unnoticed.
Mm-hmm.
So Marvelous Showcase, if you don't know what that is, Marvelous is a company in Japan that you definitely know their games when we talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely are known for a very specific series of games and style of games. Very much anime influence, very much cozy, very much long-running franchise games, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Very long-running. We'll start with the first one. Project Magia. Project Magia was announced last year at their showcase, and now it has the official name of Farmagia. Farmagia is a action RPG with farming elements, but it's also creatures. Like you can do dragons and stuff. That anime opening looks sick. That's all I know about it.
And Mark, if you had not seen it, it's pretty like Farmagia's character art's done by Hiro Mashima, so it's heavy fairy tale influence.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It is confirmed releasing this year, so I'm no consoles. They haven't announced anything on that part.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what console that's going to be, but 2024, it's happening. And Marvelous has been releasing games on Xbox, so I don't know, maybe.
Sure.
We shall see.
We shall see.
The next game was the next Story of Seasons game. So real quick, quick history. Story of Seasons is the actual Harvest Moon. Let's get that out of the way right now.
Don't get twisted.
It's the actual, and I don't mean that in the this is better than Harvest Moon, so it's the real one. I mean it. Like it's Harvest Moon was Harvest Moon in America up until a certain point, and then some licensing issues happened. So the people who own the name Harvest Moon ended up making their own Harvest Moon games, while the original team who made the older Harvest Moon games ended up using the Japanese name Story of Seasons. Therefore, from here on out, Story of Seasons is the real Harvest Moon series, while Harvest Moon is just its own thing now. Got that out of the way? Cool. The new Story of Seasons game, which has no name yet, a game that they're going to be pushing the visuals of the series, because realistically, they've been a little cheap on the visuals. Not gonna lie to you, in the recent games. The recent new game in the series was Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Town. It was on the Switch. And it was all right. It wasn't bad. It was okay from what I heard. Then 2 remakes. The recent one was A Wonderful Life, which is the GameCube remake.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so it looks kind of cool. I mean, Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons in general is a series I want to get into more. The Switch has the original Harvest Moon on SNES, and it has N64, which is what I hear is like one of the best ones. So I wanna play it and learn it, but you gotta learn like it's like Stardew Valley. You have to learn the mechanics that go into that game.
Ooh, all right.
If you like Stardew, this series is what influenced Stardew Valley.
Gotcha.
Okay. No release date, TBA. The next they talked about 3 indie games. I do want to point out before I go into this one though is that I think they're publishing them in Japan. I don't know if they're the ones publishing them in America, so take these with a grain of salt. They might be releasing earlier here. But the 3 games they talked about was Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus, a Metroidvania that looks really cool, by the way. Releasing in Japan in July, but it's Humble Games, so I would probably assume it's already out here. Death the Guitar.
Oh, I saw that one.
That one looks cool. It's a violent 2D platformer that with death metal inspired, and you play as a guitar looking for its owner.
That's wild.
It was the winner of Summit Sphere 2023, which is the Japanese like indie game like show like expo.
Cool.
And it is releasing in Japan 2025, but that one didn't just say Japan, so that one might be worldwide 2025.
All right.
And then Moonlight Peaks, a vampire life simulator.
Yeah.
Releasing
Let's go.
in 2026. So I don't know. We ain't seen that game for a while.
All right. We'll let them cook.
A vampire life simulator.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Next on the docket, there's only two more things from this. Was Rune Factory Project Dragon. So this was announced last year as well. They kind of teased it. It's basically a new Rune Factory set in very a very big, heavily inspired Eastern setting.
Okay. Boka.
And it's basically ancient Japan, but Rune Factory. So there's like a lot of magical skills you can use, and it's like
Cool.
as far as they were showing off, they showed off the main two characters. You can choose to play a male or a female, and they both have different different spells and
that's neat.
mechanics to use.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want with them. If you don't know what Rune Factory is, it's a Harvest Moon spinoff, technically. But it's farming, but it's the original farming action RPG series. So, Justin, I believe you did just pick up Rune Factory 5.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's the most modern game in the series. So, but this is the long run series. I've actually played at least 2 of these. So Rune Factory is good. Rune Factory is very good.
All right.
So this one looks really cool. It doesn't look like. I kind of feel like the reason they haven't announced consoles is because this is a Switch 2 game. But I digress.
We'll find out.
I digress. Again, release date to be announced. This next one's also a release date to be announced. But they ended the show with the same game they ended last year with. And this one's kind of wild because I was like, oh, wow. Out of all the games in the world, I did not think this game was going to get a sequel. And that is Daemon Cross Machina, Titanic Sion.
Been a while since I heard that name.
I know. Nintendo published the first one here in America.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to assume this is a Switch 2 game as well because no TBA for announcement. They didn't show much. They showed the key art. This game is definitely in development. There's not coming out anytime soon. But it is a sequel to Daemon Cross Machina. So if you like the little bit that I spent with that game, it's actually a really good mech game. So it ain't Armored Core levels of good. But it's good.
All right.
He said, don't get it twisted.
Yeah. And that was the Marvelous Showcase. For me, it was like a 6 out of 10.
I kind of agree with that.
I wish they gave us more release dates. I cool that Pharmagia is coming out this year. You know, very, very cool on that. What consoles though? You know what I mean? Like they're lacking a lot of details.
Yeah. It's more, announcing that they're just kind of in the works with these ones. And that's bare bones. That's kind of all we're doing.
Also, a lot of these last year. So it was like, last year was the announcements. This is just like, hey, these are your updates.
Yeah. So, they definitely have their own.
Cool.
Yeah, they have their own way of like presenting the kind of stuff. It is what it is.
But yeah, next one's the big boy.
Next one's the big one. I got some stuff to say.
I definitely have stuff to say as well. Mark, did you watch the PlayStation State of Play?
Only thing I saw from it was Monster Hunter. That's about it.
Oh, well, that's like actually pretty good.
This, so.
It's pretty good.
All right, 14 titles, baby.
14.
State of Play happened. 14 titles. Hey, they said it. 14 titles,
and they were right.
Kept their word. Let's start from the beginning. I have it in order. Okay.
Oh, this is.
I guess. Yeah, we're gonna start off with this already, huh? So,
I guess we have to.
Yeah, so PlayStation Studios went up first with their game that they announced last year, or was it earlier this year? I can't remember. It was last year. It was definitely last year.
Yeah, you're right.
It was that game with the roast beef in the spaceship. They didn't show much. It was just a CG trailer.
Oh yeah.
When that's all you leave it at, like when that's all you leave it at describing, it's like, huh?
Yeah. So nobody knew what this game was, but Concord, they actually showed it with gameplay. Okay. Here's the thing, Mark. My friend, I have a friend. Shout outs to my boy Stevie. He said it best. He messaged me after the State of Play.
All right.
He said, dude, that CG cutscene for Concord looks so good. Then I saw the gameplay and immediately said, nah, I'm good.
Hey.
I'll pass.
It's facts. That's facts. I get it.
Look, let me explain to you. It's another hero shooter. It's a 5v5 hero shooter. And I don't think I have to explain anything further than that. It's literally there's not many
She
like
said, I rest my case.
dude, there's nothing else to show. Like they literally said it's a 5v5 hero shooter. It's a live service game. They're gonna give you 16 characters to play with at the beginning of launch. And it's also like, I don't want to call it the Wish version of Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's totally the Wish version of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, no, dog. I mean, I'm not even kidding. They even got the archetypes, homie. They got the goofy, but you know, like leader. They got the strong female lead, like companion. They got the really dumb but like brute. And then they got the I am Groot kind of character with a robot that just says nonsensical things. Homie, it's literally Guardians of the Galaxy.
The way I would have introduced this.
Hey, if it works.
Listen, I would have introduced this as far as like the hook is like, you know, or just kind of retelling it. You have this cool cinematic. It looks like super smooth. It's CGI, but it looks super smooth. Characters like stand out there, very likable. Feels like Guardians of the Galaxy, and you see the gameplay is really 5v5 hero shooter.
It's just a 5v5 hero shooter. There's nothing going on.
Yeah,
it's literally just a 5v5 hero shooter. Now let me be very clear. It's not my kind of game. For me personally, I don't know about you two. I don't really care about hero shooters like that too much. I played my time with Overwatch. Fine. It kind of just feels like this is being made because Xbox owns Overwatch. Right? Like this is PlayStation's version now to have their own. But then that doesn't make any sense because Overwatch 2 is on PlayStation. So what's the problem? Like, you know what I mean? Why does this exist? Why was this the archetype they wanted to go for?
Yeah, I think my issue is that like it's also not like really my thing either. Especially as an FPS, but also the fact is that you have Overwatch and you also have another one that is announced in the same direct, not FPS, but just the same hero-based like shooter-ish type of thing.
We'll get there because like I have such there's irony in that trailer, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't wish anything bad on it, as I've said before. No. Like, yeah, but like, this is
their first game.
It feels saturated now. And granted, you could say that like with maybe Souls like, and I'd be like, yeah, no, I still like it.
Sure, and you know what? Maybe people will play this. I think it's just me. I think it's just us. Maybe. I just don't know.
Yeah, maybe just us.
Is this free to play?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You gotta pay money for this.
you gotta pay money. They're sending out weekly story narrative based stuff, seemingly every week. So. Yeah,
for this, and it's live service, so you still got to pay for more care. What the? Oh, brother,
this guy stinks,
bro. Well, August 23rd is when the game launches. First of all, that's actually closer than I thought it was going to be. So that game really is close. I was like, oh my god. August 23rd with a beta in July this year for PS5 and PC simultaneously. I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably wait for reviews.
Yeah, I'll see. We'll see.
I'm not a person who usually goes off reviews, but I'll be real with you. I gotta see the general consensus. I'm not entirely sure on the game myself. And that sucks because here's the thing. I want to be very clear. I'm not against online games. Helldivers 2 looks so good. I want to play it. I just haven't had time to play it.
Yeah.
All right. I don't mind online games. It's just I don't need another hero shooter when there's already like 10 of them.
Yeah. Valorant's technically one of those.
Valorant's one. Overwatch 2. Paladins.
Oh yeah, that's right. Paladins.
Yeah, there's probably another one I'm forgetting, and then we'll talk about another one in a little bit. So I was just like, I don't know. I don't know why PlayStation thought that was what they needed. Because this is a first party game. That's the worst part. This is Fire Sprite's first game as a PlayStation Studio game, and it's just a hero shooter. Damn it. And it doesn't even seem like nothing unique. That's the worst part. I think it just looks like another hero shooter with mechanics that I'm sure will be fine. I'm sure it'll play fine. It just doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
All
Come
these
on,
all
do
these
something.
details in these characters, and it's only it's a first person shooter.
Yeah. Like if it was the only one like of a genre, I feel like it would have like a kind of a bigger impact. It'd be kind of weird though if you like really look at it, because the cinematic trailer and the gameplay are just so different from each other.
Yep.
Like if it played like a Guardians of the Galaxy game, then yeah, I'd be yeah, okay, all right.
I want to point out Concord should have been. You know, the thing is, I think Concord would have worked better if it was a 4-player online game where we're running the game together. Like it's a story-based game, and we're running the game together. But like force the online, like make like go balls in and be like, it's an online only multiplayer game, but you have to play together, and it's a story-driven game. That would have been pretty cool.
Was Redfall kind of like working along lines of that?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Concord, and the reason we're talking long about it because they took a long time.
They took a long time.
Dude, they took up 13 minutes of the 35-minute show. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they
13 minutes to show me a hero shooter. I hate you.
You ever get to?
Mind you guys, that set the precedence of this freaking state of play. I want you to understand this.
It does. You feel like at a certain point of that trailer, you're like, all right.
Some point, I think the CG trailer was cool, and then yeah, thank you for showing me gameplay. But I think the gameplay dragged on a little too long. Like I got the gist of it, homie. I got the gist of it.
Yeah, fair enough. I get that.
All right, I get it. It's a hero shooter. You didn't have to explain it to me like I didn't know what a hero shooter was.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then
what's the next one?
on the list? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bro, why did they have a full-blown trailer for this? There's no reason. This could have been a Twitter drop. This could have been a Twitter.
This could have been an email.
Mark, they took another 3 or 4 minutes to talk about God of War Ragnarok coming to PC. That's it. A 2-year-old game coming to PC. Doc, I'm not here to look for this. They could have just done that on Twitter. Said, hey, it's happening. It's already leaked. Brother, who cares about ultra wide monitor settings, bro? Like, I already played the game.
Wait a minute, don't diss that. That looks kind of cool.
It's cool, but like, I already played the goddamn game, man. That was so unnecessary. That did not need to be there. That took up one of the 14 games.
Oh, you put it like that.
Make it up run space.
Oh my god. Okay, and then we started getting into games. Then we started getting into some stuff.
Aye.
By the way, God of War Ragnarok PC releases September 19th. It is Steam Deck compatible.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, all right. Now you got me.
Okay. The next on the list was Dynasty Warriors Origins. Okay, that's really cool. That looked very different from more like any of the Dynasty Warriors games. It looked really cool. I was kind of into it.
I did see something about that. I haven't looked at the gameplay, but it does look cool.
It looks really solid, Mark.
They got you.
Like, they got me. Here's the thing. I don't even really care for Dynasty Warriors. I love Warriors games when they're crossed over with something that I like. So, like, Gundam Warriors, Dynasty Warriors Gundam, 10 out of 10. One Piece Warriors, Pirate Warriors, 10 out of 10. Hyrule, Fire Emblem, awesome. Dynasty Warriors is fine.
Tens.
Those are fine games. They just for me, they kind of all blend together. This one looks really good. They got me. I'm kind of into it. 2025.
Gotcha.
For PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Oh, that's everywhere. All right,
It's coming to everything. So
very nice.
All right. Next on the list is Infinity Nikki. Woo!
You know what?
No. Let me give you what this game is described as.
All right. Let me finish.
This is on the page.
Internet.
This is official. An open world dress up game.
Why would you title yourself like that?
I looked into the info. Apparently the Nikki series, this is part of a series, is a bunch of mobile games in Japan.
Huh.
This is their version of a Genshin Impact. This is a free-to-play open world dress-up game in which you use the dress-up for different power-ups.
Oh, okay. So there's actually mechanics system to it.
Sure, but you get them through gacha.
Right,
what the fuck? Wait, are you talking about? Are we still talking about Infinity, or are we talking about like the other Nikki series?
All of them.
Oh.
This is the first Nikki game to be on a console.
All right.
Test for this game starts Q3 of 2024 for PS5. That's all I know.
All right. I have a really quick pitch over to Nintendo. Just take this idea, take the gacha out, call it Princess Peach next time.
I got another pitch. Take out the gacha stuff. Keep it open world. Make it look like this, but call it Style Savvy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nintendo has a fashion game series. All right, don't do this.
All right.
Next, by the same developers as Infinity Nikki. This one actually looked really cool though. This is Ballad of Antara. Kind of a 3D action game. 3D third-person action game. Kind of looked like Phantom Zero. Do you remember that game that they announced as well?
Yeah, that was like a year ago or something like that, where it was just like some really cool cinematic bits or like in-game type of stuff going on.
It looks really fun. Another samurai ninja style like action game. Very fun. 2025.
Gotcha.
I think you see the trend in this list.
Yeah, you're starting to see something.
We'll get there at the end. Next on the list was the PSVR 2 section. We got 2 games for PSVR 2.
Just the 2.
Skydance's Behemoth, which I wasn't interested until they said it was from the team who made The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. I said, "Oh, the good VR games. You got me." Okay. Because though the Saints and Sinners Chapter 1 and 2, god damn, those are some good VR games. So, okay. It still doesn't make me want to buy a PSVR 2, but good for people who have one. Fall 2024. I also think this is coming to the Quest. I was not able to confirm that, though. And then the next one was Alien Rogue Incursion. Releasing in holiday 2024 for PSVR 2. I think also the Quest. I'm not sure. That sounds scary, and I'd be super down if I have a PSVR 2.
Yeah, PSVR 2.
Because, like, I like the idea of Alien in VR. Because, like, one, that sounds absolutely terrifying. And two, it's just the atmosphere that the world of Aliens can create.
Aye.
But the trailer looked really choppy. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's the only 2, right? No, that was the only 2, right?
That's it. That's the only VR.
I gotta ask then, what do you think would get you to buy a PSVR 2? This is also a question for myself.
First-party titles.
Fair enough. Yeah. All right.
More first-party support. They only have 2. It's only Horizon Call of the Mountain VR and Firewall Zero or something like that. I don't know. I have to look it up, but there's only 2 games, I think. I want more first-party stuff. PSVR 1 had some first-party bangers. You know, and we'll get to one of these games that came from that in a little bit. Next on the docket, you ready for this, Mark? Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. We got another hero shooter, baby. It's Marvel Rivals. They showed off Marvel Rivals.
All right.
Now, what is the irony that Concord is a hero shooter that's a ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy, when then they showed off another hero shooter that has Guardians of the Galaxy?
Woo!
Joking, Mark. They showed Star-Lord as a playable character.
Woo!
And unfortunately, this one looked funner.
Let's go.
That's the worst part. This one actually looked like a lot more fun because it's Marvel. So it's not just like shooting. And
It's
everything.
Marvel,
actual,
baby.
yeah, like there's Magneto. He can walk around like throwing people around with his like powers. There's like all the X-Men are there. Like it looks really fun. This one is free to play. I can confirm this one's a free to play game.
When's it coming out?
Free to closed beta on PS5 starts in July, but it is coming to PS5, Series X, and PC.
Cool.
What?
That was a game.
That was certainly a game, yes. Also, Ghost
Two
Hand in the
hero
chat.
shooters in the same.
Let's go. Marvel's Rivals, excuse me, I agree, does look fire. Or fine, to be honest. Yeah.
It looks fine.
Honestly, I think it's the better looking of like the two like hero shooters that we're seeing.
And the worst part, it doesn't even look graphically as good as Concord. It just looks funner to play.
I think it's an art style choice for sure.
Yeah.
I think it leans.
PS5 does get exclusive Spider-Man costumes though. So.
Oh, that Scarlet Spider. Okay.
Yep. Next on the docket was this game, another Samurai Ninja style game, homie. I didn't realize that we were in the Samurai Ninja era of gaming again. I didn't realize it was the 90s again.
We're back.
We're back because it's Where Winds Meet. To be honest, Ballard looked better. But this one's 2025. This one looks like it's more of an indie game though. I should be very clear. Like, no release date, but it just says PS5. It's just PS5.
Gotcha.
And then they they showed the Until Dawn remake.
Yeah.
It didn't look any different than the original Until Dawn. And that sucks because I actually think Until Dawn is one of my top 10 favorite PS4 games. For me. I love that game. It's very fun. Katrina and I played it a lot. Like I let her make all the decisions and it was really funny. Fall of 2024 for PS5 and PC. So another first person game we're getting this year. First party game we're getting this year, sorry. But I have to ask, is this the most useless remake they've done so far? I think like
no.
I don't know. I mean, it's getting there because like The Last of Us 1 and 2 are playable on PS5 without needing a remake.
Yeah, that was giving
Until Dawn is
my pointer
also
there. Also available. So it's tough. I mean, if you want to remake stuff, make it on something that we can't access like natively anymore.
It is also coming to PC. I know the reason why. I know why they're doing it. It's because they're planning an Until Dawn movie. So they want to have as much out there for I get it. And PC because now you can get it on that platform as well.
Yeah.
Then we get to the actual big two, like the real big boys of the right here is when the show went, oh, okay, I know it was bad, but we're gonna save you right now. We're gonna
don't worry. We're still cooking.
Yeah,
we are.
These two games,
we are officially cooking.
Yeah, these two games carried this entire show for me, in my opinion. And Capcom came in strong, baby. Monster Hunter Wilds looks so damn good.
It's cinema. So good. Cinema. Absolute cinema.
I was like, oh my god. Is this the true first open world Monster Hunter game? Is that what they're going for?
I think so, yeah. Which has got me a lot of questions, and I love that.
They answered more questions on Twitter.
Yeah.
They did. I was going to say they answered that there is no new weapons. Only the 14 iconic weapons. However...
The focus mode.
Yeah, focus mode is new. 14 weapons from the original games. So, no new weapons, but the weapons all have new moves.
New moves. New move sets.
And then there's the big change. And it sounds dumb when you say it out loud, but for Monster Hunter, I cannot believe that's a thing because now I got to think. You can change your weapons during the middle of this hunt. Homie!
Yeah, you just gotta mount. Yeah, you just gotta mount up and you can switch to your secondary weapon.
Yeah.
That's wild, Mark. That's a huge win, dude. Like I had a friend here watching it with me. He goes, "What's so good about that?" You have no idea.
Homie, you don't know. You don't know.
Have no idea how cool
I see.
that mechanic is.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. Them kids, they don't know.
I can switch from my glaive. I can switch from my insect glaive to something like a long gun. Oh my god! Oh my god!
So
Yeah, I'm thinking ranged weapons for the secondary, or maybe just nothing.
The creatures look so good.
They look good, dude.
They look crazy.
Really well animated.
The new pack mechanic, packs and herds.
That music was fire in that trailer.
They took the main theme and they just kind of twisted just a little bit. And
it's also looking more heavily story focused.
Yeah. Also the seasonal changes, like the environmental changes. Like you're just running and all of a sudden a sandstorm. And you're like, whoa.
A fucking sinkhole.
Yeah, that too. Take advantage of it.
Monsters that can fight each other, but like not to the extent like Rise and World did. I'm talking like they have like natural like predators to each other, and like they're all like it's like little ones are a little bit more focused on working in groups, and I was like, that's crazy. That is so wild. And I get it.
The guy who did the the guy who did like the who was the director of World was heavily focused on the ecosystem, making the world feel alive, and he's working on this one too, and you can honestly tell.
You can tell. Yeah, you could tell.
You can tell like his main focus here was, I'm gonna make this feel like this world is alive.
That's good.
I'm really glad we were right about Monster Hunter being there, Justin. That's a damn.
You know, I had my reservations because I thought it would just be like Summer Games Fest, but I was half right on that. It is going to show up on Summer Games Fest, but right, and then it also just shows up here. Okay, I'm in.
Yep. That was really cool to see. Monster Hunter Wilds 2025 for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. It is confirmed.
Let's roll.
And then they ended the show with the last first party game, PlayStation Studios game from Team Asobi. It finally is happening. A full-blown retail game for Astrobot, baby. Oh my god. That is... I cannot believe... I do have to say, when Astrobot is the best game at show, you got a problem. But I will say that I cannot believe how good that game looks, dude. That is the PlayStation platformers that I miss. That, right there. Like, that is the Crash Bandicoots, the Spyros, the Sly Coopers, the Ratchet and Clanks, it's that charm in that really cool platforming that really, really characterized platforming that I miss so much from PlayStation. It's there. It's happening finally this year. My god, dude. It's like they took Astro's Playroom and just said, nope, that's a beta, homie. This is a real game. 80 plus levels? Are you kidding me? Playroom only had like 12. No, not even. Only had 4. It was like 4 with different sections.
This is the best outcome when it comes to Astrobot, like, because it really just had like, what was it, like PlayStation like VR Origins, right? Like that's that's the origin of it.
The original game is Astrobot Rescue Mission for VR, and that game is the best game on PlayStation VR in my opinion. Like, I'm not even kidding. That is the like Mario 64 of the VR. Like, you get a VR, get that game. That's the killer app in my opinion.
And then of course, it's a tech demo for like the PlayStation 5 that you just so happen to get like once you buy the game or buy the console. And now they have a full-fledged game.
And what's funny is that Playroom is, in my opinion, one of the best PlayStation 5 games. So,
and it's giving me a lot of Mario Odyssey vibes. A lot of them. Maybe Mario Galaxy to an extent. But yeah.
It's and they're boasting 150 PlayStation cameos.
Oh, jeez, dude.
But they're also confirming that it sounds like those cameos aren't just cameos. Like, the PlayStation Astrobots, like the PlayStation characters are going to play a role because they kind of teased it. There's the part where the little Kratos throws his Leviathan axe and Astro's trying to pick it up and he can't pick it up. So it kind of, they're teasing that you are going to be able to use mechanics and weapons from other PlayStation games.
I can't wait for Kratos bot.
Bro, let me pull out some of the ones they showed in the trailer. They showed off God of War Ragnarok. They showed off Uncharted, Parappa the Rapper, I almost cried. Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. Ape Escape! They remembered they have good games! They remembered! Horizon was there. I saw, was it Ratchet and Clank?
Maybe.
I think. I don't remember who was in the ship.
Oh, don't they have Journey?
They did. Journey was there too. Yeah, like they remembered they have good games. That's crazy.
That's wild. Who would have
Bro,
thought?
Astrobot is my most hyped PS5 game right now. Like anticipated.
Yeah, that's fair. Me too.
That I cannot wait to play that game. That game looks like so much fun. It's also funny that they're calling it Astrobot. No,
Just
like,
Astrobot.
sequel name, just Astrobot. Like, and the developers already said that it's because it's such a grand adventure. This is basically their first for them, even though they already made 2 games.
Right.
This is really the first of a continuing series from here on out.
That's very nice. Very nice.
So 80 levels, 6 worlds, boss fights.
Boss fights, bro.
The gorillas from Rescue Mission.
Huh. Crazy. Okay.
That gorilla is from Rescue Mission. I saw him. I was like, oh, it's the same first boss. That's cool. I'm excited, dude. Astrobot literally saved that show for me. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, I feel it. That I rank
Poor
that.
little Astro's back.
Yeah. I was gonna say I would rate the state of like play like a 7 out of 10, but really it's Astrobot and
Monster Hunter Wilds.
Monster Hunter Wilds that really like bump it up like from like the 6 to the 7.
Truly.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it at 6 out of 10. Only because again, there's a problem though, because I wanna kind of show this to you. If you go over the list. All right, because there was a lot of games I thought that looked cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like Dynasty Warriors Origins. I thought Ballad of Antara looks great. Until Dawn Remake's fine. I might not pick that up. Oh, I missed the game, by the way. Silent Hill 2 Remake.
Oh yeah, and there was another one.
We'll get to that.
I'll
talk
Path
about
of Exile 2. Okay.
Oh yeah, I did miss 2. Oh well. No, I'm just kidding. Path of Exile 2 looks cool. It's apparently a Diablo clone that's very popular. I was not sure. I've never played Path of Exile, but I had to look it up, by the way. It is coming to PS5, Series X, and PC. Early access late this year. And then Silent Hill 2 Remake, I'm just going to shout it out real quick because I want to talk about it a little bit more in detail because of the Silent Hill transmission. And but it comes out October 8th this year for PS5 and PC. That's it. But overall, yeah, 6 out of 10. Again, let me go over this real quick. I'm going to show you the games the ones I like the most. Dynasty Warriors Origins, awesome. It doesn't come out until 2025. Ballad of Antara looks cool. It doesn't come out until 2025.
Aye.
Until Dawn Remake's great, but I can already play the original. Silent Hill 2 Remake. I'm still maybe 50-50. I'll talk about why in a minute. Monster Hunter Wilds, exceptional. It doesn't come out until 2025. So what do I have left to play this year? Astrobot. That's it. Because Lord knows I'm not picking up Concord day one.
Yeah, no. It really does.
I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of does just feel like it's Astrobot.
I feel like third parties are going to have to carry PlayStation this year because, like, wow.
Yeah. Kind of leads into that whole, like, discussion about how long it takes to make, like, first-party games these days. Because of so much money being put into it.
Because that's not to say there isn't games coming out for it this year. I mean, Assassin's Creed Shadows is happening this year. Star Wars Outlaws is happening this year.
Right, like, just a lot of third parties that just kind of go for any console.
But that's the problem. If I'm buying a PS5 and I want exclusives, what can I play on
Right.
Astrobot's the only one I kind of want.
Albeit, though, I think it's realistic to say that, like, only one person, like one household may just have one console. So, I mean, like, it's just about how you get them initially. So, Astrobot would be a like really good example. Like, oh, yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, I'll totally get a PlayStation, and then you just get yourself open up to all these other ones, and you're kind of for sure guaranteeing that like that one household will just get PlayStation 5 platform games, like only.
I personally told myself, you know what, this isn't a bad thing. This isn't a bad thing because I'm just gonna focus on what I have on PS5 right now and just play that.
Mm-hmm.
And then because my only big PlayStation pickup is gonna be Astrobot. As much as I want some of the other games on here, most of these don't come out till next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little on the fence about Silent Hill 2 Remake still. So, yeah.
Yeah, Silent Hill is also something.
Yeah. Mark, how do you feel about the state of play in general? What did you feel what they showed?
Pretty
Now
cool.
that we-
Pretty
yeah.
cool. I mean, like those. I mean, I definitely agree with you guys. What was the best there?
Yeah. But then, like, there's also this thing, right? I keep saying, oh, yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds is going to be great next year. But, like, that's not exclusive. Everyone's going to play it on their own platforms.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Nice
I'm
that
playing
they at
on
least got
PlayStation,
it. Yeah.
But, so, I hope it has crossplay.
I think
Hopefully.
they'll
I
work
would
on
imagine
that.
it probably will,
I'm on the same boat, Mark.
Oh.
Yeah.
especially because they made the Capcom ID thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. I hope so, though. I hope that game has crossplay. If it does, then yeah, I'm in on PS5.
We'll finally play it with Phil.
Finally. Nah.
I know. No.
It's only been
I'll
an
do it.
entire game skipped running.
I'll do it. It looks really good. Yeah, the theme is that none of these are coming out this year. Most of them.
Right.
I noticed that.
And so what do I really have to look forward to on my PS5? Like I don't
Astro-
really know. And I'm not
just Astrobot, really.
and I'm not saying that as someone who's like, I know, I get it. I'm a Nintendo guy. I understand like my Switch is gonna be my baby this year. But even if you take Xbox into consideration, I'm getting Indiana Jones this year. I'm getting Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on Game Pass. I'm getting freaking Avowed this year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, as far as like
Ash,
PlayStation's like initial like IPs and whatnot, there's not a lot this year, unless they have something to follow up with come September.
but when you, I don't know. Well, look at the lineup so far for their first party stuff: Helldivers 2, Rise of the Ronin, Stellar Blade, Concord, Astrobot, Until Dawn remake.
Being good.
So they did release 6 games this year. It's just
Mm.
I don't know. Helldivers 2 feels like the most significant one. Granted, Stellar Blade is really cool, but yeah, I don't know. Kind of weird.
Yeah, I might have different feelings if I actually sat down to play them. That's my thing.
Yeah, that's the thing is I need to sit down to play Rise of the Ronin and Stellar Blade. I haven't really sat down to play them yet.
I've heard both are good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard they're
but
good.
like as far as like biding your time for like something new to show up, I'm pretty sure Helldivers has a lot of replay value because of what it does, and Stellar Blade
It's
will
got a ton of replay value.
Stellar
It's
Blade
also
could
only $40.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
crazy. And Stellar Blade could probably run you like at the most a month. It could probably run you like a whole
Yeah.
month.
Like I said, I have them in my collection.
Rise of Roman.
I think now I can I think I'm just looking at this like I have time to play these now because I really don't have anything else on my PS5 this year.
this is true. Yeah.
Again, I should stress like I get it. There was a lot of releases in the beginning of the year. Like if I'm looking at
True.
the games that I pick up on PlayStation myself, like personally, I have like a Dragon Infinite Wealth I could have picked up. I have Persona 3 Reload I could have picked up. Metaphor D ReFantazio comes out later this year. That's a game I play on PlayStation. So that for me personally,
Oh, I
But
guess
then I'm
there's
also
also Final Fantasy.
dumb. Yeah, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth was the big one.
I'm still I'm still there.
Yeah. But let me be clear, Metaphor is also going to be on Game Pass. So like, if I really want to play it without having to pay money,
Yeah.
so I get it. It's a me problem. It's with the games I want to play.
hmm
But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I guess that's
But
kind
yeah,
of.
I'm gonna stick with my 6 out of 10.
I got you.
No, I mean there's the Silent Hill trim mission. I'm gonna run it real quick. It's not. There was
It's
3
yeah,
things,
it's not a
and that was
lot
it.
of.
It was they showed 13 minutes of Silent Hill 2 remake.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the opening parts where he has to go through the Brookside Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little worried about that game. Look, Silent Hill for me is psychological horror. And I think visually that game looks great. The remake looks absolutely stunning. They got the atmosphere down. They got the music. It looks really clean. I don't like that it has that much combat. Dude, the original game, you barely get any weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You barely get a stick. Good luck. Like,
good luck. I got you.
And I get it. It's trying to do the Resident Evil remake style of like gameplay.
Right, because
which
it is third person. And
to be honest, that's how it was back in the day. Silent Hill was basically running on the Resident Evil engine, and so it was tank controls as well. So, it's doing the same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if I like the idea of it being a little bit more combat heavy. That's not Silent Hill to me.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the question then would be like, how would you portray a lot of these sequences where you have to encounter like these crazy enemies and still fight?
That's the problem. I'm not a game designer, so I wouldn't know that. I understand why. The problem is Silent Hill 2 is so perfect. It is a perfect horror game. The remake was never going to top it, but it's got to get close. It's kind of like Resident Evil 4 remake. You were never gonna top the original, but they made it just as good. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there's still value in playing the original while also remake existing. It's not a replacement.
But I guess Resident Evil 4 already had established that over the shoulder like action like shooting. But we're talking about.
Let me rephrase that then. Resident Evil 2.
Resident Evil 2 is kind of weird. Like
Resident Evil 2 would probably be a better example.
Yeah, it's got the tank controls, but then it adapts into the third person. So I guess 1-to-1 versus Silent Hill's 1-to-1. I see what they're trying to go for.
Yeah. So I don't know. I might not pick it up day one, but I might. We'll see. We'll see how I feel around that time. I do want to support Konami when they actually make games, like not the gacha machines, but I will support them when they make actual video games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then if I recall, the rest of that like showcase for Silent Hill was kind of just merchandise.
They showed a behind the scenes of the movie, the Return to Silent Hill movie, which is apparently a sequel to the 2006 Silent Hill movie. And I was like, are you kidding me? What? But okay, whatever. It's gonna be an adaptation of Silent Hill 2. So it's the James Sutherland story again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, weird. It's called Return to Silent Hill. I don't even know when it's coming out. They just kind of showed it. And the director was talking about like it was going to be the next coming of Christ or something like that. And then the rest of that show is literally goddamn merchandise.
Yeah.
Like they were like, you like Silent Hill coasters? Got you.
Coasters.
You want
the coasters?
Dog, you want some keychains? I got you. You want this little plushie? Done. Hey, do you like Pyramid Head? Nendroid Pyramid Head. It's happening.
All right.
Dude, I cannot believe they even spoiled the secret ending for Silent Hill 2 in that merchandise. They literally spoiled it. They spoiled it for anybody who has never played that game. Why would they make a piggy bank based on the secret dog ending in Silent Hill 2? That's the funny ending. If you don't know what that is, it is literally if you do the correct things in the game, you get to the end of the game and you end up in a room, and then you find out that this little Shiva was running the whole show. And it's the joke ending. It's the joke ending. It's just a little Shiva with controls. He turns around, he's just got headphones on. And they made a piggy bank out of that scene.
Well, dude, looks like you found my Silent Hill.
Yeah, that's basically what he is. James walks in, he's like, "What the?" And it's just a dog. Just a freaking dog.
Breath.
Look it up. It's amazing. Yeah. They made a piggy bank about that. And then they're gonna sell James Sutherland's jacket on the Konami shop. I cannot imagine how much money that goes for.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Merchandise, baby. That was literally all they did. I thought they were at least gonna talk about like Silent Hill F. Remember they announced that game? I knew that wasn't gonna come out this year, but at least, hey, let me know, hey, it's still in development. Because that one sounds cool. Silent Hill set in like Tokyo. So it's got like the cherry, like they showed cherry blossoms and then the fog, and I was like, oh,
not the fog.
That sounds tight. That sounds tight. But yeah, no, that was a waste of my time. That was a waste of 45 minutes.
You know, the free Silent Hill game that you played actually, Phil.
Oh, the short message?
Yeah. I thought that was actually a pretty good direction.
It is.
So I figured that, like, when I'm looking at Silent Hill 2 remake, like, I was thinking, like, what if they kind of went with that? Where it's like, yeah, like almost like kind of like a Resident Evil, like 4, if you're 7, if you're going to go into like a first person and you have like a weapon on you.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, no. I liked Silent Hill: The Short Message. It was a good, definitely really good free game. They also basically, the game establishes in the lore that Silent Hill isn't just a city or a town anymore. It's whenever that fog shows up,
when that fog rolls in,
to the universe of Silent Hill. So Silent Hill can be anywhere.
Jesus, dude.
And that's really cool to me. That's really cool because now you can just do it in any setting.
Now we can meme it all the way up.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that transmission was garbage. I don't know why we were. That's a 0 out of 10 for me. That's a 0 out of 10. That was not fun.
I'll give it the 2 out of 10.
Well, you know what? They did show me 13 minutes of the remake, so I guess 1 out of 10. And then
I think that was it for as far as like the days, that whole day.
That day was wild, dude. What a day.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of stuff in that one single day, but that's only the beginning, man. We still have next week.
And you know, that's not even the last bit of news that we have.
Yeah, because freaking Limited Run the next day was like, hey, guess what? We're gonna re-release Tomba now. Okay, hold on. Tomba is a very, very good 2D or 2.5D platformer on the PS1. It was a Sony published game. Fantastic game. It's got like people from Mega Man team and other people on that game. Very good game. Cult hit. Everyone loves that game. Try getting a copy nowadays. You're gonna pay an arm and a leg for it. PS1. Tomba Special Edition is going to be using Limited Run's Carbon engine. So it's the same engine that runs Shantae and River City Girl Zero and a lot of the retro re-releases, including the recently up for pre-order now Clock Tower Rewind. So
yeah.
Okay. It's going to be using that engine. Yeah, how much is it?
I saw 200.
Yeah, boy. I have them downloaded on my PS3. So
very nice.
If you still have a PS3 or a Vita, you can get them on the stores. They're cheaper that way. You can get Tomba 1 and 2. This is only Tomba 1, by the way. I don't know if they're going to do maybe Tomba 2 later in life, but 2. This is number 1. This is the one that's actually iconic.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be re-released through Limited Run's Carbon Engine for the PlayStation 5, the Switch, the PC, and then later PS4. I do not know if they're doing Xbox. I don't think that's part of the contract, unfortunately. But August 1st, digitally. I don't know if that's when the pre-orders will go up for the physical. And I highly recommend it. Great game. One of my like favorite PlayStation games. It's so good. And then yeah, that's about it. I don't think I have anything else. I put down Summer Games Fest talk only because there was some things that were happening, and I do have to bring up certain things. it'll make the state of play sound a little bit better. Because if you look at the partners there, PlayStation and Xbox are going to be there.
Yep.
So I believe people are assuming that they're holding back one first-party game for the Summer Games Fest. And that's
All
it.
right,
Just wasn't announced at the state of play.
Gotcha.
I can see that.
To be honest though, guys, I kind of think I know what it is, and I don't give a damn either.
Uh-oh.
Because if we remember, what was the other live service game? It was Fair Games. I think it's gonna be Fair Games.
What was it again?
It was that bank heist game.
Oh. Nah, they couldn't. Nah. Oh. Well, I mean, I'm not PlayStation over here.
Unless it's that rumored Lego Horizon.
That'd be wild, but I mean,
that would be cool. That'd be better than Fair Games.
Maybe. I don't know. It's depending on how they present it.
Well, I don't know. That depends if Fair Games actually looks good to play.
Yeah. I think you also forgot a little something. The fact that Toys for Bob officially announced that they were going to partner up with Xbox in publishing one of the new projects.
Yeah, Toys for Bob did the ultimate Chad move. They literally got bought out by Xbox, separated from Xbox as an independent developer, and then still partnered with them through their first game.
They said, we still want to work with you, just independently.
Chad move. Dude.
Like, you take care of that kind of detail.
Move. And for people who don't know who Toys for Bob is, their recent pedigree is Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. So
yeah, some classics.
I wonder what they could be doing.
If you go to their website, it's a Tiki Mask, so probably Crash Bandicoot again. But I kind of hope it's not. I kind of hope it's like maybe something original. That'd be kind of cool. I just know it's going to be like a 3D platformer of some sort. I don't think it's going to be a shooter or anything like that. Which good. Xbox needs some more like fun 3D platformers. I mean, the fact that Xbox owns 3 of the biggest ones is kind of crazy now, and they still don't use them.
Right.
They own Crash, they own Spyro, and they own Banjo-Kazooie. Like, get out of here.
3 titans of the industry.
Yeah. Hoping that they don't do what PlayStation does and just kind of sit on them.
They probably won't sit on Crash and Spyro.
Probably not then. Yeah.
Maybe not.
I mean, Phil said they're open to doing Banjo. They're just trying to find the right team.
If Toys for Bob does it,
they might be the right team.
It's actually Banjo 3.
What? Marc, don't give me that. Yeah, no, that's about it, dude. I don't have anything else. I don't know.
Banjo 3 lacks.
Yeah, these podcasts are just going to be long these next couple weeks because there's a lot.
There's going to be a lot starting next week. Starting next week, it's going to be something else. Now,
next week's even crazier. We're not even going to be here for the actual normal time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
because like next week, what would be the schedule technically? Because next week we would have Summer Games Fest.
Summer Games Fest on the Friday. So there is that. That's Saturday. We're going to Retro Gaming Expo. So we're pretty much just showing up there. So podcast is kind of pending on that. Sunday is a nice squeezing time if it weren't for the fact that Xbox Game Showcase is going to be right there. So unless we do it like early, then yeah, we couldn't do it then.
But we're also going to Retro Gaming Expo on Sunday.
Yeah, like after the fact, or even whenever,
Probably, I think it's during. To be honest, I think we're going to go during because I think Aniyah has tournaments.
You're right. Okay, all right. Then,
so I don't know what the plan is there, but if that's the case, that means it's technically 2 weeks where we have to talk about a big showcase, and then that's not even including the fact that Ubisoft finally announced that they're doing it on Monday, on June 10th.
Oh, right.
Forward.
I don't know. Sure,
those and Nintendo still has to go. Nintendo still has to show up too, and it's officially June 1st, which means we are on Nintendo Direct Watch.
Yeah,
every day we gotta wait.
I did want to kind of talk about that. When do you think it's going to show up?
After Xbox.
After Xbox. That's fair. I kind of like that.
I don't see why it wouldn't be the week of the Xbox showcase. Xbox Sunday, Nintendo maybe Wednesday.
Yeah, Tuesday or Wednesday. Is it usually Wednesday like nowadays?
They usually do it Tuesday, but like if you're following E3 time, it's usually Tuesdays is Nintendo. It used to be always PlayStation first on Saturdays, Xbox on Sundays, random companies on Mondays like Ubisoft and whatnot, and then Tuesday would be Nintendo. But
similar times.
Those what a good time, man. I always took weekends off of that, like back in the day. Used to just be at home, eating foods, watching these presentations. Fun days.
Good times.
But if I was gonna bet on it, I would probably say the week of Xbox. If not, Nintendo has done it before where they've gone at the end of the month. So
oh, you're right. Yeah,
but I do have one saving grace there. Luigi's Mansion comes out June 27th. I would like to think they want to avoid a direct near that game, just so they don't have to talk about it.
That's true. But
so
then
I would like to assume it's at the beginning of the month. They throw this is how I look at it. Throw it at the beginning of the month. Throw a quick sizzle reel where Luigi's Mansion's in there. They don't have to talk about it. Do what they did with Paper Mario. Quick Twitter update.
Sure.
So, not sure. Not entirely sure what they want to do with that.
I want to say it might land somewhere the following week, if not just like after Xbox at some point. And that's it. But I don't know. I think that's a fair point. Like they could show up anywhere on this month.
Yeah, Nintendo loves to just say, "Oh, it's June."
It's just June.
When?
At your June 30th,
like. Because there's also the fact that they could also drop a random NSO update sometime this month.
True, they do that.
They do that all the time, and they already dropped a big one for the $20 tier. So maybe a Game Boy Advance one next. Maybe an N64 one next. I don't know. Maybe Genesis. Genesis hasn't had an update in a while.
True.
I think it's probably Genesis. Genesis hasn't had anything in a while. So I don't know.
All right, but I guess for now we're just going to be on the watch for that.
Yep,
as far as software, or like actual announcements for software, I don't even know.
It's a lot.
Possibly a lot of remakes and remasters. But otherwise, I'm not entirely sure.
For Nintendo? You talking about Nintendo Direct things?
Yeah, just Nintendo.
I guess I'll announce here that whenever we do get a little bit more closer, I'm planning next week. Maybe I'll talk to you about it later, Justin. Maybe we'll do 2 different days where we do streams. One for Summer Games Fest and one for Nintendo. Oh, no, I'm sorry. One for Xbox, one for Nintendo. Because we did the PlayStation one. And we were always talking about doing one for the other two. So we need to... Yeah, we need to get into those predictions. Mark, I'm going to have you on the Xbox one, though.
But of course.
Okay. Although that's going to be on Sunday. That's going to be kind of a weird day. Unless you want to do it like Saturday night.
No, I'm talking about next week.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, there's nothing going on next week.
Before
Summer Games Fest. Before Summer Games Fest.
Before that. Gotcha.
Yeah. And then, yeah. That's about it as far as I know. Good times to be alive, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Video games.
I just want to see some like announcements. This is the time. I'm just getting really excited, especially for Games Fest, because it really is taking over. Because I think, regardless of how you feel about like the Game Awards, for example, I feel like it's a good like place for just announcements to show up as well.
I did get something. I totally forgot, but it's not a game. Well, I mean,
I was gonna say, did you get a?
No. I did get something. It's not a game. It's a gift. My friends I went out with last night were like, "Hey, look, we know you love the series a lot," and we were like, "We saw it in stores, and we know you wouldn't buy it on your own. So here, you can display it in the room." It's the box cover version of the Banjo-Kazooie pop figure.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh.
So it's the pop figure himself is like the actual like image of the art. But it's also you can take this off, but you can take it out of the box, right?
Mm-hmm.
because it's not like taped or anything. And if you take it out, it's actually already
Oh
in
no,
a
the
stand.
value!
No.
It's
in a
depreciating.
stand. So you're actually able to hang it up and stuff and put it on a wall. So it's
Oh,
supposed
that's
to look
sick.
like a display.
Whoa.
It's kind of tight.
All right.
Yeah. I very much enjoyed this. I was like, this is so cool.
Very nice.
I don't know if I might display it up on the wall somewhere, but we'll see.
We'll see then. Probably after you make your arrangements. I know that that's still something you need to plan out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I figured out how I'm going to do it. I don't have to go to IKEA for it. What I'm going to do is, like, I think I've said it before. I'm going to go and get, because I have two smaller width shelves. They're 25s instead of 30.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get two more of those. And then those are going to be the ones over there. So I'm going to transfer my 30 over to this corner over here. So that way it's a little smaller and they're a little wide enough so you can see it looks like it's turning.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it's just nothing but a corner of Switch games.
The Switch corner.
The Switch corner, baby.
The
Although
Switch
that's
corner.
Copyrighted.
Oh, is it? Oh, my fault.
That's a channel. That's a channel. Yep.
Oh, the Switch wedge.
The Switch wedge.
Tanuki podcast based on Nintendo. We'll call it Switch Wedge. Disgusting.
No, I still like the make sense though channel.
It's a console that doubles as a doorstop.
Oh my god.
Makes sense though.
And then our image would just be a 2DS and a door.
I don't like the idea of that. You want double?
It looks like a door stopper.
Do you want to double down? Just actually like try to go through the motions of like filming something like that.
You might have gotten me. Live, ladies and gentlemen, live. We were thinking of ideas. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're good otherwise.
Yeah, I got nothing else. It was just a cool little thing. I just forgot I had it.
Right. Yeah. All right, guys. I can't tell you what our schedule is going to be like for the next podcast. I'm not gonna lie, because it's gonna be chaotic.
I think, like, to be real, it just depends on how we're feeling, because like we're gonna be at Retro Gaming Expo basically from the morning it starts to the end of the day.
Yeah, and then
we're
with
gonna go home.
Yeah, and then Sunday, it's kind of doing that all over again. But we also have Xbox happening at the same time, so
and so it depends if we have the energy to do it after the Retro Gaming Expo. If not, it's gonna have to wait the next week, I guess.
Aye.
Well, I guess it's really up to you. I don't care either way, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. So I'll see if we can prep something for Saturday, but with a different time. So we'll see. We shall see. But for now, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in for this episode of DangIT Prodcast. It's been episode 507. My name is Justin.
Marc.
And I'm Philip.
Thanks for watching, everybody. #bye, everybody.
#Avid sucks.